welcome back to Bucket List Homestead. My name is Lynn. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. Today is day 8 of the Three Rivers Challenge. And it's Monday. Oh boy, is it Monday. Just not been a great day. I had so many plans to just hit the ground running. Everyone going back to work and school, back to regular normal schedule. Grace and I were gonna start deep cleaning the house, and we sat around watching some shows for a good portion of the day. And yeah, I did get my laundry put away, so I'm happy there. And I'm going to be making supper here in a few minutes, and it's a new recipe tonight that I'm excited to try. But it's just been one of those, I'm sure it's partly the weather, cloudy again today, gloomy. We're expecting a big storm tomorrow, and I know a lot of you are in the path of this storm, so my prayers are going out to everybody that you make it through okay. Yeah, so hopefully I can find my get up and go. I was supposed to have my appointment tomorrow to do more work, to have more procedures done on my teeth, and they've had to cancel it ahead of the storm. So, yay. Anyway, as I was saying, all that just to say we're making a new recipe tonight. I'm going to get my apron on because it's spaghetti sauce, and yeah, I typically tend to get that on me. I'm also going to pull my hair back. So today's recipe is baked spaghetti. Technically, that's the name of the recipe. I'm not using spaghetti because I have so much. I'm going to put my hair back here. Hold on just a sec. That's just one of the reasons things have been going great so much today. There's nobody here. I thought maybe my husband had come home, but she's just barking, probably at the noise the kids are making upstairs. Anyway, as I was saying, this is called baked spaghetti, but I do have a lot of spaghetti, but I have a lot of boxed pasta that I really want to start using up. So we're going to be using, what are we using? Oh, spill it everywhere, Lynn. Rigatoni, tri-colored rigatoni. So you need 8 ounces of it. And like I said, I'm going to use that instead, just because we have so much of it. Okay, where is this from? Sorry, it's gonna be one of those days. This is from a Taste of Home Make It, Freeze It cookbook that I picked up recently. And I wanna try several of the recipes out of it because this may or may not be a giveaway in next month's collab I'm hosting. And that's all you're gonna get from me on it. So I figure I better make sure I make a few first before we see what we think of this. So this is, and as you can see, I have a lot of tabs, a lot of pages saved for this month that I'm going to be testing out. Okay, what you need for this. So you need the 8 ounces of uncooked pasta. I actually weighed that just to make sure. You need 1 large egg, a half a cup of milk. Bring this up closer. A half teaspoon of salt, a half a pound of ground beef, a half a pound of Italian sausage, 1 small onion chopped. Darn it, I gotta go get an onion. A 1/4 cup of chopped green pepper. We don't like green peppers, but I do have some chopped up orange peppers from the freezer that I took out last night. 1 jar of meatless spaghetti sauce. 14 ounces is what you need. So I have my own here, so I've measured everything out. 1 8 ounces of tomato sauce, and 1 to 2 cups of shredded mozzarella cheese. And you're gonna need a 13 by 9, I think it is, baking dish. So first thing I did was I have preheated, as you just heard, my oven singing to me. I preheated my oven to 350, and now we're going to get started on the next step. I am not actually going to add onion to this recipe. I actually have onion powder in my spaghetti sauce. And y'all, if y'all been here before, you know David does not like onions. So I'm not gonna bother putting them in. So in there I have my half a cup of milk, my egg, and my salt. We're just gonna beat that all up. On the stove, I have my pot of water boiling so I can get my pasta cooking.
Ooh, hot chocolate. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button.
Hey, who took my hot chocolate?
Make sure you hit the bell so that you don't miss any new videos. And if if you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button.
Okay, so in my frying pan, I have my sausage, my ground beef, and the pepper, and this is also where you would add your onion if you were going to use it. I also forgot to tell you, my sausage is not Italian sausage. We don't have any. So I'm just using one of the varieties we have. It's sausage that we got from our Half a Pig. It's one of our favorites. It's honey garlic. So I have that in there, and I do have more than a half a pound of ground beef here, but I don't think David's going to complain if there's more ground beef in this. So we're going to get this all cooked up, get the water, it's starting to boil, get the pasta, and once the pasta's cooked, we drain it, and we add the cooked pasta to the milk and egg mixture that we have over in the bowl there. We're going to put in our sauces. I'm just going to put that on low while I get the rest of this done. Still waiting for the pasta to finish cooking. Add to that. Okay, then we spoon it over our, yep, over that, okay. So we bake uncovered for 20 minutes, take it out, and then we'll put our mozzarella cheese on and bake for another 10 minutes. Ooh, that looks good. Bring it in a little closer. So we just have to let it rest for, I think it said 10 minutes. I don't think David can wait 10 minutes, but we'll definitely let it set for a few minutes, and then we will try it. She think you were up there again? Okay. One for you. Okay, we're gonna do a live taste test.
Okay.
I don't have any cheese on that one. It smells really good.
Okay.
Oh, still really hot. You got cheese hanging.
Yeah, that's good. That's a winner. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's good.
Yep.
Finally, I was really disappointed after last night's pulled pork fiasco. That is good. Okay, that is going in my rotation, and this is also can be a freezer meal too, because remember it's from that Make It, Freeze It cookbook. Remember that. Okay, friends. Well, we are gonna go eat. We're gonna eat good tonight. I purposely did not make garlic bread tonight because we had those buns last night. And I also meant to tell you, you might be saying, hey, we didn't see breakfast or lunch, or maybe you're not, I don't know. But anyway, breakfast this morning and even yesterday even Dave and I just finished off that baked oatmeal. I had an English muffin because I wasn't really hungry, and lunch, I still wasn't really that hungry, so I had a cup of tea and some cheese and one of the hamburger buns and a few cashews. And that's what I had for lunch today. So I just thought, so I'm not always gonna share every breakfast and lunch because it might be a lot of repeats. Anyway, that's why I didn't show breakfast because, a lone little English muffin's pretty sad. So, okay, we'll see you back here tomorrow for day 9. Morning, friends, on day 9 of the 3 Verse Challenge. I'm just making myself a cinnamon raisin English muffin, and I'll have my cup of tea. I gotta say, my stomach's not feeling so great, so I really hope, I hope it's not foretelling of things to come. I am taking my elderberry and drinking my elderberry tea, but we have a snow day here today. Our first one, actually, of the school year. We're supposed to get a pretty bad storm here, and it's supposed to start, I think, anytime. By lunchtime, it's supposed to be pretty bad. So, I have a tradition when the kids would have snow days, and I still have a kid who's going to school. I would usually make you know, treats or whatever. So I casually mentioned to Aiden that I think I might make a batch of cinnamon rolls, and he says, I wouldn't have a problem with that. So I am just, I got my KitchenAid here with the flour in it and the yeast. I've made these many, many times on here. So we're gonna get a batch of cinnamon rolls made this morning. I'm just waiting for my milk and sugar and butter to come to a better temperature. It got a little too hot. Looks like it might be ready. Perfect. Okay, we're just gonna... Lunch today is actually going to be, David took some of this too, leftovers from last night. This was so good. While we were eating it, Dave and I were just saying, this is like so yummy. So very happy. Hopefully tonight's supper recipe, because it's a new one, will be good too. So, but I just wanted to mention, and my dough is divided and rising in half. It's a beautiful cinnamon roll dough. Aiden's going to be very happy. I'm going to get those one batch made and baked after lunch. The other batch, I'm going to shape them and put them in the muffin tins, but I'm going to freeze them because we don't need 24 or however many I get out of this cinnamon rolls. But I just wanted to mention, I've been doing a little bit of housework, finding a little more energy today, and the snowstorm has hit us. It's been going for about an hour now. I gave my plants, my house plants, some much needed love and TLC, and I wanted to mention, I picked this up before Christmas, I think in November, and it was not expensive. I think it was $7 Canadian, and it is a moisture and pH and even light monitor for houseplants. I mean, I think you could use it for any plant. This has been amazing. What an amazing little thing for so cheap money, because I would have watered my plants today, because I'm looking at them and I'm like, oh gosh, you guys need water. But I tested them and they did not. One plant needed water. The rest were still level, had very high levels still over on this side of, what does it say? It says wet. They still had very high levels. So I just thought I'd mention it. I can link it down below if you want. If you have houseplants like me, and I've been overwatering them. I think that's what happened to poor Basil here that I'm trying to bring back, because I've been testing her and she hasn't needed water for days. And it looked like it needed water. But we have to remember, underneath, it's still very wet. So yeah, so my plants, I deadheaded everything. Everybody looks good. I opened up the curtains to get them some light because I forgot yesterday, and everyone's looking a lot better. So definitely I am watering them too much. So, okay, I'm going to have lunch, and then I'm going to make these cinnamon rolls, and we'll see you back here tonight for supper. Oh, this supper sounds really good. I can't wait to try it. Okay, it is supper time. And it's Tuesday, which means Taco Tuesday, but we're switching it up a bit. We're trying another new recipe, and this just looks so good in the picture. I knew I had to try it. So, doesn't that look delicious? So tonight, I gotta get my reading glasses here. Gotta love getting older. It's called Potluck Taco Casserole. It's been a long day. And I love, what I love about this cookbook too a little bit is, I'm just gonna tell you, is the people who submit the recipes, they give little blurbs about it. And this one says, this is the dish I take most often to potlucks, and the pan comes home empty every time. That sounds good. Now, obviously, I am switching it up a bit because, one, it's a pantry challenge. I don't have every single ingredient, and something we might not necessarily like the green pepper, I'm using my orange peppers. And tomatoes, instead of tomatoes, I'm gonna use my home canned salsa, some of that, because it has tomatoes in it. Because I'll show you in a minute, my let pot's doing amazing. Like, my tomatoes are growing really nice, and my lettuce is growing amazing. I honestly think we'll have lettuce sooner than I thought. But they're still not quite ready. Now, that being said, David did stop off on his way home. He got sent home early today because of the storm. And because of that, he was able to go to the grocery store like midday, and they were marking things down. So we got this lettuce for 50% off. Again, it's the living lettuce, and I will put that in the let pot to grow. So that's 2 more of those in that let pot growing. And the first one is doing amazing that we put in there. So because these were 50% off, he got these for $3. So I don't think that's bad to get 2 green Boston live lettuce heads for $3. So plus, like I said, but I took it off my monthly total. It still came out of our monthly total. But I had to have lettuce for this. So you're gonna need 2 pounds of ground beef, which I actually have cooking over on the stovetop right now. 2 envelopes of taco seasoning. I make my own taco seasoning, so I just used about 4 tablespoons. 4 large eggs, 3/4 cups of milk, 1 1/4 cup of biscuit mix. And I never have these. I never have these, but a couple months ago when we were waiting for Aiden to get out of work, we were looking around Dollar Tree and they had these come in for $1 a piece at our Dollar Tree. So I picked up a couple and I've used one and now I have this one. A 1/2 cup of sour cream, 2 to 3 cups of chopped lettuce, 3/4 cup chopped tomato, and that's where I'm gonna use my salsa, 1/4 cup of chopped green pepper, we're using an orange pepper, 2 green onions. I don't have green onions, but I did have 2, and David's not a huge onion fan, as y'all know, but he will eat them in like this kind of thing. I had 2 small purple, what I call purple, they're said red, but I call them purple onions that I grew last year. These are actually from the garden that I have been storing, and they chopped up beautiful. They're very still strong, they're gorgeous, and they're not real big, which is great because we don't necessarily want a big onion. And then you also need 2 cups of shredded cheddar cheese. So, like I said, I have my hamburger going on the stove. You'll also need a 13x9 casserole dish greased, and once the meat, I'm not going to take you through me cooking the meat. Y'all know what it looks like to cook hamburger. Once that is done, we'll come back over here and we will, basically we're going to, oh, actually, we can do a step together. Hold on just a sec. Okay, so in this bowl we have 4 eggs and 3/4 cups of milk. We're just going to break them up and we're going to add our biscuit mix. And I will say this is the part of the recipe that does worry me a bit. I'm not sure about having biscuits in it, but we are gonna try it. Okay, our beef is in the casserole dish, so now we pour our biscuit mix right over the meat. This for 20 to 25 minutes until golden brown. Cool for 5 minutes, and then we'll put the rest of our toppings on. So this is going into the oven. My cherry tomatoes are looking amazing. So these are the lettuce I started from seed. This is the one that I put in here about a week ago when we had lettuce, and it's already growing, and this is tonight's. So I am pretty happy with that. I haven't had to add any of the nutrients since the first day. I have to double check. I'll look at my app later and I'll put it up here somewhere, but I think we're on day 90 or something like that. The app tells me. So, yeah, we're looking good. I did decide to start some cilantro over, so we'll see if I can get that to grow. But, yeah, I'm pretty happy with how they're turning out. You're going to have to excuse David. He is quite a mess. He's been out plowing, and it started to rain, so he's wet and sweaty. So he doesn't want to appear on camera, but you'll hear him if he likes it. He's right there. I think that's pretty all right.
Okay, good. Didn't want to like me for a second.
I was really worried about the biscuit, but it's good. That is good. Oh my goodness. And it makes a lot. A lot. I like these kinds of meals because we have lunches for the rest of the week. We still have one serving of the supper from last night, that pasta, which, again, I'm going to tell you that was delicious. It was even better today. What do you think, hon? There you oh, it is. It's good. I like it. Okay, another winner. See you back here. Sorry. See you back here tomorrow for day 10. We are in the double digits tomorrow. Wow. Day 10. Day 10. And it's lunchtime. Breakfast again was just an English muffin and a cup of tea. And I'm actually going to get started with something over here on the stove for supper tonight. I am making blueberry maple syrup. Super easy. All it is I have about a half a cup of blueberries that were in my freezer frozen and about a cup of maple syrup, and I'm just going to turn it on low, like 1 or 2 on my setting here, and I'm going to let that cook a good 20 minutes or so, then let it cool down, and I'll put it in a container and put it in the fridge until later because we're having breakfast for supper tonight. I'll tell you more about that later when you come back for supper tonight. And for lunch today, I'm just gonna have some leftovers. I don't know for sure what David took this morning. I don't know if he took some of the taco casserole or some of the pasta casserole. So if he didn't take the pasta casserole, that's what I'm gonna have to get that out of there. And yeah, so that's it for now. I'm really looking forward to supper tonight. It's not cold here. Again, our weather has been so weird. We had that incredible storm yesterday, and then it all turned to rain, and most of the snow is gone. It's gotten real mild again, but it just started snowing again about a half hour ago. But good thing our chicken coop is a nice mucky mess again. I say that as sarcastically as I can. So, but we're in for another storm this weekend. Another big storm. So I love how they tell everybody get to the stores and, you know, get a few things because this storm's going to be bad. And yet I don't have to do that because I am always stocked up and prepared. So I just find it funny when I hear people saying that. I'm like, you shouldn't just do that for a storm. We'll see you back here at supper. It's supper time, and I don't know if I mentioned earlier, it's Wednesday, so that means breakfast for supper. I think I mentioned it, but I'm going to mention it again. And it's a new recipe in the sense that it's not one I've used before, but it's certainly something I've made before, and that's Dutch baby. Oh, so, a little confession, until only about a year ago, I've actually never ever made a Dutch baby. I didn't grow up having them. I probably didn't even know what they were till just a couple of years ago. And I probably saw them, I think, on one of my cooking shows that I love to watch. So I had no idea what it was. If any of you out there are like me, have no idea, it's basically a giant puffy pancake, and it's delicious. And I love it because I don't have to stand at the stove flipping pancakes. I make one giant pancake, and we're done. And it's delicious. Now, like I said, I've made them before. I've got a couple of different recipes. They're pretty much all the same, but this one is a little bit different, and this is from my Pioneer Woman Cookbook. You can get that. This is the New Frontier. Aiden got me this for my birthday 2 years ago, I want to say. I'm just looking to see when this came out. 2019, I thought so, before all the, you know, what happened in 2020. Anyway, so it's a tad bit different. I think the other one I have uses a tablespoon of organic cane sugar. We're actually going to use maple syrup. That is what I used, which reminds me, I need to take the blueberry maple syrup out of the refrigerator. I just wanted to say, after I cooked those blueberries for a while and I let it cool down a bit, I just took my immersion blender to it and just kind of blended up the blueberries a little bit. So in the top part of my oven, it is preheated to 425 in my 12-inch cast iron. Surprisingly, Pioneer Woman cast iron pan is in there, and it's getting really, really hot. So that is the first thing we have to do. The bottom half of my oven, I have a small ham steak heating up. So we're going to have the ham with the Dutch baby tonight. Need a little bit of protein to go with this carb. The other thing that makes this easy is an immersion blender. You can certainly use your blender, but this is a heck of a lot easier for me to clean than my blender. So I'll be using this. So for this recipe, you will need 3 large eggs, 3/4 cups of milk. She says whole milk. We only have whole milk usually like at Christmas and Easter when I'm making certain desserts. So I'm just using 2%. A tablespoon of maple syrup, half a teaspoon of vanilla, and 4 tablespoons of butter. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're going to, oops, that is wrapped right around my camera, there we go. I have my 3 eggs and my milk in here, and we're going to immersion blend this till it is, as she says, fluffy. That looks fluffy to me. So now I'm gonna add my flour, my dash of, yes, it's okay, a dash of vanilla, and 1 tablespoon of maple syrup. Ooh, that is sticky. Very sticky. And blend till smooth. Okay, that is smooth. So now I'm going to meet you over by the oven. Now we're going to take out this very, very hot cast iron pan, and we're going to put our 4 tablespoons of butter. Get that melting. Working very quickly, we're going to pour our Dutch baby batter into here. And we're going to throw it right back into that 425 degree oven for 20 to 25 minutes. I forgot to mention, this is why I mixed it all up in my large Pyrex measuring cup, because it's a lot easier to pour that into that hot, boiling hot pan than trying to do it in a bowl. So I love using this when I have to pour anything, especially that's really thin. It's already starting to deflate, but you can see, honestly, I personally think 25, I actually had it in for 23. I should have took it out at 20. That's okay, that's what the warmed up blueberry maple syrup is for. So we're just gonna cut up the ham, slice into this, and test it. Oh, it looks good.
You said let's jump on the bus and take a ride downtown. Well, I don't know about that.
I made it's blueberry maple syrup too. That I made. Nothing like eating on camera.
What? Good job.
Nothing like eating on camera. Mmm. Mmm. The Dutch baby's a little overdone. Nowhere near does that need 20, at least not in my oven. 20 minutes would have been plenty. Mmm. This week has been awesome for recipes. Everything I've tried has been awesome. Like really, really happy. Did I say awesome a lot? I feel like I did. Everything I tried has been delicious.
Awesome.
Try to keep the 1980s Valley Girl words to a minimum here. And this will be the end of these 3 videos. We'll start over with another 3 that you'll see in a couple of days. And we have, a couple of our favorites on the menu and some new new recipes coming. More new recipes coming. I swear I can talk English. I can speak English. Oh my goodness. We'll see you in a couple days, friends. Take care. God bless.